Today was one of those days where nothing went the way I predicted it to. So I made banana bread. Well, what sparked me to do this banana bread was my son asked for bananas, and a week later, those bananas were still in there. So I was like, okay, well, I don't like wasting them. I'm not going to throw them away. So I made banana bread. I learned a valuable lesson from making this banana bread. There is no real way to measure 2 cups of bananas. I ended up doing, it said you could do 2 to 4 bananas. I ended up doing 4 bananas and it was very banana-y. Now I get it, it's a banana bread, but it was very banana-y. So I ended up having to cook it a little longer and it was just a lot. So that was an epic fail, but a lesson learned. I'll try again with 3 bananas. I work my way down till I get the recipe together. The other thing was I made homemade chili. I'd never done chili before. So I made this homemade chili and it turned out great. It was really delicious. Like chili isn't one of those things where I'm like, I want. But you know, when it's cold outside, you want something warm, something comforting, and something, if you're older, something from your childhood or whatever. Well, that was my husband's request. It was like, can you please make some chili? I want some chili. I want some chili. I want some chili. And apparently he hadn't had it in a quite some time. So he was very pleased with the chili. The other thing was I went to the dentist. Now I have a love-hate relationship with the dentist. I think I do really well with taking care of my teeth. But something about the dentist just freaks me out. It gives me like some extreme anxiety. And since I was 16, I got my wisdom teeth pulled when I was 16. I feel like ever since that moment, I've just had anxiety. Like I got my wisdom teeth pulled. They left some type of medical something in there when they tried to close it up, and I end up having to go to an endodontist or something like that. And it's just been a whole thing forever. Like since that moment, I had an abscess after I had a horrible toothache when I was pregnant with my third child. I had an abscess and I ended up having to get the tooth removed. Like my jaw was like this fat and I am difficult to numb. This should have happened at a regular, in general dentistry. They should have been able to just pull it. No, I had to go to an oral maxillofacial surgeon just to have a tooth removed. Like, that is bananas, you guys. It's crazy. But I had favor when that happened too, because it could have been worse than it was, and it could have been crazy expensive, but it really wasn't. I have really good insurance, so it worked out well. But today was just one of those days where it was like, my poor little banana bread didn't make it, but the chili was good. And I tried a new dentist, which he was very comforting. But every time I tell them like it's difficult to get me numb, they say the same thing. They're like, well, we haven't had that issue before. And I'm like, I am telling you, it is difficult to get me numb. When I had a root canal, they have to give me like, I think the most shots of Novocaine I can remember is 9 shots of Novocaine. I finally just stopped saying I could feel it, and like they had been working on it for about, I don't know, 15-20 minutes. I finally was just like bearing down, like just finish the root canal. I have a high tolerance for pain anyway, but that's just the kind of day I had. But I haven't, so a part of my like New Year things, or not even, I don't know if I call them New Year's resolutions. Revolution. Oh my gosh, I need a nap. But I don't know if I even called them resolutions. I just said things that I want to do better, or what have you, some changes to be made. Was read a book. You guys, I have not read a book. What's out there? What can I read? I might go out later because I have another appointment a little bit later. But what is out there to read? What y'all reading? Do y'all read? Do you use the Kindle? Or do you use a physical book? I love a physical book, but I also don't mind a Kindle. Help us out. I want to read some books. What y'all reading? Tell me.